Good morning, everyone. This is Maya. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So, in this video, we are going to learn about documentation in Dialux Evo. So, I have considered here the same project which I used for saving the views and doing high renders. You can check it out in my previous tutorial. If you are visiting my channel for the first time, let me brief you about this project. Okay, this is a retail store. So I have the display units. I have used some linear lights on the ceiling. Same way, this is the continuation of the store. Here too I have display units, and on the top I have placed some linear lights. I have some cove light too. So this is all about lighting and the interior. Now let's start. Okay. Go to the calculation objects. Once you click on calculation objects, you can see this yellow color horizontal plane appears. This is the working plane. Okay, working plane is nothing but an horizontal plane on which whatever the calculation you make, okay, whatever the lux level is there, so it will be calculated on this level only. So suppose if you click on this one and remove it, then your calculation on the work plane will not be appearing, though you will get the light output. So it's very important when you're making reports, make sure you have this working plane. If you don't have one, then you can use this tool and just create the work plane. I already have, so no need to change anything. Now just click on this entire project and start the calculation. Okay, so our calculation is completed. Now you can see on the display overview, I have got some results. Okay, so relating this one, we also have a comment from one of our subscriber, Seema. Okay, so she has asked, please make a video on calculation object, especially if lux level is low. And in result overview, if it is showing the red mark, how to convert that one from red to green, that is getting lux level, and documentation video also, please. Okay, so Sima, I have got everything here as green. Okay, I don't have any red color, but still if you have a red color, okay, you can see what does this red and green mean. You have the description here. Okay, green means it is limit value of the utilization profile is fulfilled, and if it is red, then limit value of utilization profile is not fulfilled. So whatever the profile I have used, okay, like see, suppose if it is a office space, okay, minimum lux level required is 500 lux. So if my calculated output is also 500 lux, then it will show me here green color. Okay, suppose if I am not achieving that 500 lux, then it will display me here red dot. Okay, then you need to check about your lighting, check the wattage and lumen output what you are using. Okay, if your target value is 500 lux and you are not achieving that much, suppose there is other case too. I will explain it to you in this video, but a little bit later. Okay, so now I will explain it to you, but first let's understand what is this 648 lux and what is this 0.022 and all. Okay, so first this one 648 lux, it is nothing but the average lux I'm getting on this working plane. Okay, so I have two work planes here. Since I have two rooms, this is my work plane of room 1 and this is the work plane of room 2. That's why here I'm getting two work plane displayed. So in the work plane 1 I have 648 lux. Okay, and it is showing me green color. So I have met the minimum lux level what I require, that is the 648 lux. Okay, so maybe it's 500, I have achieved with 648 lux. Now what is the 0.022? It is nothing but the uniformity. Uniformity uniformity is nothing but the ratio of the maximum lux to the average lux or the minimum lux. So it depends. Sometimes in the report we have G1 and G2. I will explain you that one, but this is nothing but uniformity. So if I want to explain you in general term, suppose when you are entering into the space, okay, now it is very bright here and in some place it is very dark. So when we go from bright to dark space, okay, we have some visual impact, okay. Same like when we are going from a bright sun to a room with dark, okay. So we have problem seeing the things when we are going some extremely bright to the extremely dark space. That's why the uniformity matters in the spaces. Generally in office space or something like that, we have point for uniformity. Here I have got only 0.02, maybe because I have a display units, okay. So I have not placed any lights in the display units and it's bit dark here. But in practical, I'll get here some cabinet lighting wherein I have, wherein even my display units will be lighted up and my uniformity levels will be increased. Okay, so this is about when we have the utilization profile of some office or something and we are reaching the levels. Suppose you want to change the utilization profile. We'll just click on this one, result overview goes off. Okay, go to the construction. Okay, it depends upon which project you're working. Suppose you're working on an indoor project or the outdoor project. Say you're working on an outdoor project, then go to site, okay, and here you can see active utilization profile. Select on edit, okay. By default it will be some outdoor or something, okay. You can click on here and change it, okay. This part will be visible to you if you're going to the site mode, and it is applicable if you're working for outdoor projects, okay. Like you have one parking areas, okay. So you can select here, even you can change the lux levels manually here. You can see here it is only required 20 lux because it is a parking area utilization profile. So when you reach 20 lux levels, it in the display units you will be getting a green color, meaning that you have reached this 20 lux. Suppose you are not working for this outdoor or site utilization profile and you want to go for the utilization profile which is for indoors, then you can go to construction and select spaces. So once you select the spaces, next to your cursor it will show you a tick mark, okay. Just select any space. Once you select any space, it will show you here active utilization profile, Dialux presetting, standard is office. So by default, any project if you open, by default it is going to take standard utilization profile and office, and it will be having visual task as 500 lux, okay. So maybe Sima, your utilization profile is in default mode, that is an office, and you're working on any residential project which requires only 200 or 250 lux levels, but the average lux level here is 500 lux. Maybe that's why in the results overview you're getting a red color mark, okay. So you can change your utilization profile here also. Select this one, okay. Here I have offices. You can select any room of what you're designing. General inside the building, that is control room. Okay, so I have already calculated, that's why it's showing me results invalid, okay. But you can change it from here. Select any one, okay. Then after selecting, you can even change the average lux levels manually over here, okay. Say you need it to be 200 lux, make it 200 lux here. Okay, specifically for residential project, you don't have any utilization profile, so you can use this general area profile. Okay, for my project, since it is a retail, I need at least 500 lux, so I'm going to select office space only. So yes, this is about your utilization profiles. So after setting the utilization profile, you can run the calculation again. Okay. Now hopefully you will meet the target lux levels after you set the utilization profile and your lighting is appropriate. Then all this will be turned green. That means the limit values of the utilization profile is met. Then you can just close this overview. Okay, next very important feature is of images. Okay, I have already explained in my previous tutorial on how to save the images and render it. You can go and check it out here. Saving views and generating high renders, you can go and check in this video. Okay, so now since I have already saved my images and I have rendered it, for the rendered images I have named it also. It's always better to rename it. You can just click on this one and rename it here. Okay, so that when you're doing a documentation you don't have any issues. Okay, right. So this is about the settings which you need to do before doing any documentation. Okay, make sure you have a proper work plane, you have a proper utilization profile, and your lux level is met when you are seeing the overview, right? Now let's go to the documentation. Just click on this documentation, and here we have so many contents. Okay, select on edit. Here for all, if you check it, then everything will get selected. So whatever will be, so what things will be selected, you will be have cover page, preliminary, glossary, your Luminaire list, and your building views, then building two views because I have two rooms there. Okay, now whatever the data you want to modify, just click on this that one. So once you click on this one, you will have a blank page like this, right? So it is one side one description. Okay, so for this blank page here, you can see in the layout alternatives I have the three layouts being displayed. I can choose any one. It's basically the image and text how it is going to be arranged, so I will choose this one. Now I need to add the image for that one. So go to the configure page and you can just, and whatever the views you have saved will be appearing on this side. So I have the render views, the normal views, and even the thermal views what I have saved. So click on the image and just add. Okay, so your image appears here. Go back to the page view and see here, you can, your image will be added. After loading the image also, you can change the layout alternative. Just click on the layout you wish to have. Okay, you can add multiple images also. Go back, configure page. Suppose I want this image also, just click and add it. Back to page view. So my image is added, but it is very small since my layout is this one. So when you're adding a second image, you'll be having this many options for the layout alternatives, but in the first image when you're adding, it will be having only the three layout alternatives. So here you can select whatever the display layout you need, and I have selected. Now you can see the image, my second image, very crisp and clear. and even the so I so you can give the description here also, retail lighting concept or something. You can just type, you can go back, check the view, and below this image you can see that one will be written retail lighting concept, so you can have a detailed description about the image. Okay, so back to the configure page. So you can have the images only where you have this option of description, right? So you can add the images if you're in site mode, or you can go to building mode also and add the images. Like here also you have a description, or you can go to the specific room and just click on this description and add the images. Now suppose I have clicked on room 1 description configure page, and I can add the images from here also. So I'll just now we have seen how to add the images. Okay, we have already added two of them. Next thing we want to say is what is this room list. Okay, just click on that one and the details about room will be appearing. So I have a plain room here, name as room 1. Okay, I can change the layout here. I have a portrait and a landscape views. So generally I follow portrait one. Here also you can just go to configure page. Okay, and whatever the things you need you can check here. Suppose you want luminance to be displayed, click on this one, furniture, dimensioning you don't need, reference lines you don't need, room elements, apertures, okay, coordinate systems not required, okay, index not required. Back to page view, and you can see all the details, all my room elements, the furniture, my luminaires are in pink in color, everything is appearing here, and down whatever the luminaires I have used with the quantity, name, and wattage of that luminaire will be displayed in the room list. Okay, in the next is the luminaire list, click on this one. Here also the same details appear. Okay, if you want to configure it, any of the data you don't want it to be displayed on your report, you can just uncheck it. It's always better to show all your luminaire details. Back to page view. Now very important feature, that is the calculation objects. Click on this one. So here again my room is displayed, and down if I scroll down I have the E target, that is the average, that is the target lux level. So my utilization profile was office, and that is okay for retail also, and I have achieved the target. Minimum lux level of my project is 14 lakhs, maybe because of the cabinets or the display units where I have not placed any lights. Maximum lux level is 959 lux, that is very good. Okay, G1 and G2 are nothing but, I have already explained you, it is the uniformity factor. So it depends upon the project what you're doing. Okay, they have some standard values for uniformity. For office spaces it's zero point 0.4, and it is different for different spaces. You can refer the standard values for utilization profiles. So now suppose you want to make any changes over this one as the same we did for room elements, then go to the configure page. So you can click on what things you need to be displayed, like furniture, room elements, apertures, and outer contours. Back to page view, and you can see your all the room elements and luminaires are visible now. Suppose you want to have a lux value overview also, then you can have here, go to the configure page. Okay, and here you have ISO illuminance curves, false colors, and value chart. You can click on whatever result overview you need. Okay, back to page view. I have selected false colors and isolines. So you can see my false colors with the isolines is appearing here. So with this even have a scale representing what each color indicates. So this is very helpful. Generally I follow this false colors and isolines in my reports. Configure page. If you want to have a value chart also, you can just click on this one, back page view. Now you have the lux level readings even in the numerics. If you want, you can keep this, or if you don't, then you can just go back to configure page view and just uncheck it and it will not be visible. Calculation objects. Now see, this report is too long. I have so many details here, but I want only the specific data to be present in my document. So what I can do is just click on this all. Once you uncheck, nothing of this will be selected. Okay, now you can specifically go and select that one which you need. Now suppose I want I want my description, I want my Luminaire list, and I want my calculation objects. Okay, work plane and calculation objects both are identical with some differences. You can select any one of this one. Okay, so this is for my room 1. Then I'll go to the room 2. Here also I need the description. I don't need the summary. If you want to have summary, you can click it. Okay, then Luminaire list and calculation objects. So I have selected only 6 things here. So we'll go to the description. Now add the images, configure page, add the images of the room 1. Okay, v1 render. Then I will add v2. I will add the thermal image of v2 also. Back to page view. So I have added totally 3 images. For the second one, it is not proper. We'll just change the layout alternative. And you can see here my both rendered image and thermal views are properly fit in one page. Okay, so now configure page. Suppose you want to add your logo. Click on here, select logo, choose your destination file, and the logo will be appearing here. In the footer, you can write your company name or your name. Okay, you can hide header on this page or can hide footer on this page. Okay, if you require, but if you don't want to hide, don't check this one. Okay, back to page view. Now you can see previously here it was appearing me as Dialux. Now my logo is present over here, right? So this is about the images, inserting the images and the logo. Now we'll go to the Luminaire list, check once what data is present over here. Okay, so all my Luminaire list with the numbers and the wattages is appearing here. Okay, I don't want to make any changes over here. Next one is calculation objects. Click on this one. I have only one room and with displaying my lights. Okay, if you can configure it. Display the furniture, room elements, apertures, and in the results I want false colors and isoluminance curves. Back to page view. So here I have the result overview. With false colors and isoline curves display. Similarly, you can repeat the same for the room 2. Suppose you have added any images and you want to move it up, then click on this one and move it up. So whatever the images it's there, it can go up. Suppose you want to bring it down, bring this down. Select it and use these tools to bring up and down. These are the images which I already have in the Dialux. Now suppose you want to import the image from external source, you can use this option and import it. Back to page view. So I have finished doing the changes as per the document I required. So next step is click on this show entire documentation. So your report displaying whatever you have selected and whatever changes you have made will be appearing as one documentation. You can scroll it down and check it. So all my results, everything are appearing properly. Once you're done with these settings, go to save as PDF format. So here it will ask you all pages or current pages or pages range. I have selected all pages. Allow editable means whatever the document you have saved, you want to edit it later, then you can just keep it as S. Now suppose if you don't want anyone to edit it, click on no. Images compression method, okay, this is the resolution, everything, no need to change any details here. You can add the security to this document, okay, and you can even add the digital signature. Once you are done with this settings, click on OK and you can just save your report. I can retail DX report and save it. So it will export and your PDF is ready. So this is my entire document with all the details meeting the target lux levels also. This false colors and isoline curves, it helps to understand the lux levels easily. So I generally prefer this one rather than value chart. So this is it guys in this video. Hope you found this video helpful. If you learned something new, please like this video, do subscribe to my channel and stay tuned to explore more in Dialux with me. Thank you.